When was the last time that you felt really satisfied? I mean this emotionally and spiritually, but I mean we can even go physically as well, because sometimes the physical is a good way to illustrate the emotional and the spiritual. So when was the last time that you felt satisfied? When was the last time that you felt really fulfilled, that you ate to your heart's content and it was very nourishing and you didn't feel bogged down or disgusting after, as you sometimes can? Because sometimes we can gorge ourselves on the wrong foods and we feel like absolute filth afterwards. But if you eat the right foods, you actually don't feel that bad afterwards, no matter how much you eat. I've encouraged a couple people to do this, and they eat kind of how I eat, and they eat breakfast, and they're like, oh my goodness, I don't even understand. Like, I just felt amazing. I wasn't even hungry until dinner. Like, it's crazy. When you eat the right foods, you just feel so satisfied. And I was listening to someone the other day, and they were saying that they think that everyone should have a meal like that, even just once, so that they understand how good they can feel when they fill themselves with the right things. You tracking with me here? Because we can easily fill ourselves with the wrong things, right? And I know when I feel bad after I eat, it's because I ate the wrong things. We can fill ourselves with the wrong things. And whenever I spend 20 minutes or so on Instagram, I walk away feeling like trash. I walk away just feeling like I wasted time and I'm wasting my life. Just you walk away, you don't feel fulfilled. But when I spend time with Jesus, I feel like that is time that is really well spent. I feel like when I walk away from the table, so to speak, I feel so fulfilled. I feel so nourished, and it really reminds me of the feeding of the 5,000. You ever think about why the people were there? They were there because they wanted to experience Jesus. They didn't even care about their hunger in the natural. They just wanted to experience them. So much so that they completely abandoned and disregarded their hunger physically. So what does Jesus do? He meets their need physically. And then when he's questioned about this afterwards, the people come back and they want more from him. He says, well, you're here because you had your fill, you had your free lunch, and now you want more. They reach satisfaction in him. Yes, they eat bread, and bread doesn't satisfy us now. It's not nutritious now. It was back then. We can get into that if you want. But then he goes on to say that he is the bread of life. And we have fulfillment in him so that we won't be hungry again. Remember, when you fill yourself with the right foods, you're not hungry nearly as often because you're being so properly nourished. And it's the same thing with Jesus. When we are filling ourselves, when we are trying to get satisfied off the right things, it nourishes us and it fills us, and it doesn't leave us hungry for junk food. I heard this one health expert say one time there, someone asked him, how much of this should I eat? He said, eat enough of this so that you're not hungry for a candy bar. How much time should you spend with Jesus? You should spend enough time with Jesus so that you're not hungry for an emotional candy bar. So you're not looking for fulfillment on Instagram or barking up the wrong tree in any which way. Fill yourselves with the right things. Fill yourselves with the healthy things. Fill yourself with Jesus.